people are going to actually show up to this one. It's not the normal poetry stream, but I do want to turn the camera on and just kind of talk, hang out, vent. Work has been absolutely brutal the last few days. The whole last week has been very draining and kind of stressful. I don't want to miss another stream. I'd rather just turn the camera on, and even if, I don't know, maybe it seems foolish to turn the stream on and not actually have anything to do or have anything scheduled. So if that's not really your thing, or it seems kind of foolish, I would understand if you clicked away. I just wanted to turn the camera on so it felt like I was talking to somebody with decompression. And if I'm not going to write, I'm going to do a lot of internalizing and a lot of internal thinking. So it's a very different way of processing than what I have shown on this channel, but it's still something that I do, and trying very hard to give words to just this cyclical feeling that's been kind of eating at me. But yeah, so I'm not sure how long this is going to stay on or how long I'll have stream on, but I figure it'll be nice to at least get some talking in and unwind a little bit. Like, I've been having a lot of difficulty. Hey Max, good to see you, good to see you. Hey Amanda, good to see you too. Nice beard, thank you, I appreciate that. I hope your evenings are going well. Afternoons, evenings, not sure where everybody's at in the world, but I just got off work. I don't know what that means, Cinnamon, but I'm from the generation where skibbity was a thing, but I don't actually know what that means. So, from Australia, okay, so it's just after 10 a.m. for you? Yeah, 10:30? Very cool. I hope you're having a nice late morning. I guess 10:30 is my just my baseline for Australia, but I think Australia as a continent, or not continent, country, has different time zones. Hey Cody, yeah, I am tired. I'm very tired. I have not had a day off. I got 30 hours of overtime last week. 11:36, okay. One of my other Australian viewers is, I thought it was 10 a.m. for her when I went live at 5 p.m. for me. But yeah. Cody, I'm not sure if you saw my email reply. I didn't see a response back, but I did write a poem for you and sent it to you. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's in your email. Yeah, it should be in about a month. My pay periods are about a month behind, so Aegis, knock it off. But yeah, I don't think I'm doing any writing for this stream. I'm just kind of turning it on to talk and have somebody to talk to. I feel very much exhausted, and I don't want to just go to bed. I feel like I wouldn't be very productive if I still have my work boots on. I haven't even taken my work clothes off yet. I came home, walked out on the back porch and turned the camera on. Lawless Lewis, I'm spreading the message. Knowledge is the only mean of liberation. I don't know what context that has, Lawless, but okay. Thanks, MDK. It's trying hard. For as little as I maintain it, it does what it tries. I don't know what that means either. But anyway, I'm gonna run into the fridge and grab a beverage. So, I'm gonna move you out to the middle of the deck. So you guys can watch my chair until I get back. Hey, just want to come outside? Come on, dogs. There we go. I see. Okay, I understand that. From Perth, Australia. Okay, I'm getting a lot of Australian viewers for this stream. That's cool. Yeah, if you're trying to send a link, Lawless, then that's not going to happen in this chat. That's a setting that I have turned on, but the only people that can post links are myself and the mods, so no. And if you're trying to post 9/11 stuff in my chat, please don't do that. Oh, let's see. Can I shrink you? How's this gonna work? I would like you to not be staring up at me. It's not a link, it's a message. Okay. Well, I don't know what your message, why your message would be getting filtered. It seems kind of silly. What state are you located? I am in Alaska. And it is 5:40 p.m. I just got off work a little bit ago. I've been working basically all the last 2 weeks without a day off, and I'm just kind of unwinding. I usually write poetry, but right now I'm just sitting on my porch letting the dogs run around. Boy, this is not a very flattering angle. Look at this spare tire I'm carrying around. Oh God, here, let's move you guys up here. I don't usually move around this much when I stream, but I'm not doing my normal thing. I usually sit in one place and write poetry. And I read prompt poetry from chat, and I do all kinds of that stuff, but right now I'm just turning my camera on so I have somebody to talk to that aren't my dogs. And I've missed the last 2 streams because work has kept me late, and I work long hours when I am working, so my channel has been kind of neglected. So Lawless, I don't think that your message is gonna make it here, my friend. Like, it seems a lot like propaganda the way that you're speaking. So if you could just either move on or just not do like the weird cryptic nay, like the end is nigh talk, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate the engagement. But, hi, Joopy. Hi, Joopy. Hi. Hey, sweetie boy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Jupiter, what are you doing? Hi. Hi, Tito. I'm glad I made it today, too. Message deleted by Speedy Boy. Ooh, I didn't see the message. Good job, Speedy Boy. Good to see you. Good to see you. So Quendo says, how do you make a YouTube channel? Oh, interesting. I see. I appreciate you, Speedy Boy. But, how do you make a YouTube channel? I'm not like a professional by any means. I started my channel like a year ago to post some of my poetry as spoken word and give myself another avenue to present it. Let's see if I can do it this way. Here, that's not so bad. Yeah, Speedy Boy is one of my mods. That's the moderation team I was talking about a little while ago. But he is cool. But, so Quendo, yeah, I'm not the guy to ask really. I mean, I made one by wanting to expand my writing into spoken form and make an attempt at trying to make videos out of it. And I made 2 videos and then completely abandoned the channel for a while. So Quendo, and I'm also one of your mods. That seems, I'm gonna call Cap. You don't have the mod wrench next to your name, and I have not made you a mod. unless this is Bungie using a different account. I only have 2 mods. You're not gonna use the Force to become one. I appreciate the effort though. But yeah, I made my channel and then I kind of just didn't do anything with it for a while. And I came back and remembered I had the channel in the first place. Because this is a different one. This is from Alaska one. Well, I do have an Alaskan mod, and I don't think that their YouTube account is different than their Discord account, but you might be onto something, I suppose. It looks beautiful. It is kind of miserable here today, Bree, actually. It's like smoky and hazy. Like, it's trying to rain. Like, it's really cloudy. Good morning from the Philippines. Good morning, Patrick. I don't think I'm gonna do that, Sequendo. If you're one of my mods, it'd be very easy. Delete the message above you. Just do that in chat and I'll know you're a mod. You can convince me if you can pull that off. If it says message deleted by Sequendo. See, like that says up there where it says message deleted by Speedy Boy. It looked better before you showed the sky. Yeah, it's kind of miserable, actually. Yeah, the dogs don't even want to be outside. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, that's fine with me, Speedy Boy. I gave him the warning of like, don't be the end is nigh propaganda speaker and move on if that's all you're gonna do, and he chose not to, so that's fine with me. You guys want to go hang out on the roof with me? It looks like it's gonna rain, so maybe if I go climb up on the roof, it definitely will. I'll jinx myself. We can go look at the roof that I did. Let's see. We can look at my lack of roofing skills and my lack of carpentry. For YouTube standards, I'm climbing this ladder with both of my hands and maintaining 3 points of contact at all times. All right, cool. Oh. See, there's my new roof that I did. It's like pretty crappy, but it's way nicer than the shingles on my house. Like the shingles on my house are pretty old and tired. What's the pitch on it, sir? I drop 6.5. I think it's supposed to be 6 inches, but nothing is straight. So it's 6 inches and 10 feet. It's basically flat. If you were watching a stream while riding your ATV, Sequendo, that would be really talented. It would suck that if you flipped it and broke your leg. I really hope that doesn't actually happen and you're just doing that for attention, but either way. Bree says, I don't know if being on the roof in the rain is the best choice, but I've never been known for the greatest choices. I had one moment where the ladder kind of wiggled on me when I was coming up here, but I kept going. I figure if I fell, at least on stream, it would be kind of funny. And my roof's not that high up. I mean, it's... I mean, if it did happen, that's really sad. Like, I hope that your leg is okay. If you just broke your leg and you're still typing, you're a stronger person than me. When I broke my leg, I did not have the capacity to text, especially to some random person on stream. How tall is the tree behind you? Well, I don't know how tall my house is, but that's the neighbor's house, and it's a ways up there. What's your tattoo on your upper arm? This one? This is my Celtic knot. This is my very first tattoo I ever got. I was 18 years old, and I got a couple $100 in my pocket, and I said, I want a tattoo. And I went to the tattoo shop, and the guy had a little book, and I said, I want that one. And it's just line work and white, and it's very much like an 18-year-old's tattoo. Those trees are tall, John. We don't have trees that tall in Texas. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good size. The ones in the alley are like even bigger. The ones in the alley are like, they're a lot bigger around. But I don't know. I don't really notice how tall the, do you support like the Nordic mythology? So I'm actually extremely ignorant to a lot of the actual Nordic mythology. Most of what I know from that realm of mythology is from like modern day fantasies, or like none of it's rooted in like real history. Like, I'm not one of the people that's like, I'm a Viking, and I'm not gonna like go put a bunch of tribal shit on my body that I don't actually know what it means. I did look into like the Celtic knot, and I understand it can mean a bunch of different things, but it is one of the more simple tattoos that I enjoy about how we're all kind of connected, like future, past, present. We all tie together. That's how I interpret it. I'm not sure what you mean by do you support like the Nordic mythology. Oh, now it's starting to rain on me. Oh. I don't know what the hell I'm doing up here. What about Greek? Let's see. I played Age of Empires and yeah, mythology is not so big on the Greek side for me. Like, again, more fantastical rooted. Do you believe in Nordic mythology? So I'm not a typically religious person in any real aspect. I do believe that most mythologies are rooted in what was probably realistic events at some point in time. But there are traditions that are carried on that yeah, that's, how are you still awake? So I get up at 6 a.m. every day, and I drive. When I come to my house, like tonight, I get up and I drive. It's 157 miles to get to where I work, and then I work all day, and then I drive home, and I get home about now. So it's about 12 hours, but like 4.5 or 5 of that is driving. But that's just my normal schedule. Games idea. Like I don't sleep much, really. I do a lot of late night procrastinating. That's a cool tattoo on your wrist, the heart with the thorns. It's actually a ladybug. It is a heart, but it is a ladybug too. It's supposed to be the infinity symbol worked into it too. This is my most recent tattoo. But I thought my 50-mile commute was bad. 50-mile commute is, I mean, that's definitely annoying for sure. But yeah, so that's most of my, I've only got 4. I've got this one, my wrist, my writing ink quill, and then my magic writing symbol. Jesus, my tan lines are so hilarious to me. Oh God. And then somebody pointed out that I have a glove tan line, so I actually am like 3 different tones on just my arms. All right, Sequendo. I appreciate your engagement, man, but like, what are you doing? You said you broke your leg on an ATV. You have a response for everybody's message, and none of it is really coming across as like worthwhile comments. I mean, and that's not to be demeaning towards you, but just like, just chill, man. Just hang out. Like, it's not a competition. No one's competing with you, and nobody believes that your ATV was $1 million. Like, just relax, man. No one that you meet in this chat is going to believe any of that kind of nonsense that you say. It's like very cool. How much was that? So I'm not sure. I think we were talking about this one last, Brody. This one I paid, it was like $140 for with the color, and then I tipped the dude, so I ended up paying like $200. But it's like near the top of what I have spent on such a small piece. But I did it at a walk-in shop. It wasn't like scheduled or anything. All of my pieces have been made by different artists, so I mean, I hope that you have that plane to fly off on, Sequendo, as you can think about it for a minute, I suppose. I gave him a 5-minute. If you're still here, Sequendo, you're welcome to hang out. It's like I tried to be polite about it. Like just chill, man. Just 5 minutes to hang out. You can get mad and leave. That's fine. Like, I tried to be respectful, and you refused to. So if your dad's a billionaire, close my YouTube channel. That's fine. Please put that poem in a book. People deserve to read that, bro. I'm glad that you like it. I posted it on my Ko-Fi page too, so people can see it there, and it's free. It's not one of the paywall poems. I'm sorry that, like, those of you that I'm just meeting for the first time now, stream is usually a lot more focused on poetry, and like I usually take prompts from chat and write little poems and do readbacks. What Cody's talking about there. Sorry, for those of you that haven't been in chat before, Dustin Dewberry in chat is Cody. When I'm saying Cody, that's what I'm talking about. Is talking about a poem that I wrote specifically for a friend that has passed on. So I haven't read the poem you're talking about. Yeah, it's not been posted on the channel. It was one that I received the prompt via email, and I wrote the poem and just sent it back directly via email. Oh, I haven't seen that either, Speedy Boy. That seems very fun. That could be fun to play as a ghoul. If you would like to read the poem that I'm talking about, Bree, on my channel page in the little About Me, the links section, if you click on the one that's, I think it's like my Ko-Fi page, it's free to see, and it's free to follow me over there if you want to follow me there and see all my written poems that don't make it onto the YouTube channel. That's where I post them. But it tries to trick you into like supporting me. Supporting me is different than following me. If you actually go to my Ko-Fi page, the follow button is like on the top next to my avatar. If you click the support button, like the big one that it tries to put in your face, it's trying to get you to spend money. And I hate the way it does that. I actually made a little guide on the community page on how to click the Ko-Fi links and not have to spend any money. Like, it's totally free to follow me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I only have like 2 followers. I have like very, very non-existent followers on Ko-Fi, and like I try not to shove it or plug it a whole lot. I need to be better about editing my actual YouTube videos and put like a little primer in there. But that's where I post a lot of the longer poems, and on Ko-Fi the poem is titled "Loss of a Friend." Well, that's what I ended up naming the blog post, so that's what the title comes up as. But Voices was where I was at when I was working on it, so that's where that title came from. I'd appreciate it if you want to check it out. I mean, it will eventually be where all of my stuff. Speaking of editing, John, you're getting smooth with it. I'm trying to get better about it. The next thing I'm trying to learn how to do is make, like if I have my hands and I open them up, I want words to come out from between them. I want to learn how to do that. I've been trying to like get better. If I wasn't on camera, I'd flip the train off, but I can't really because that's my paycheck. So, bark, bark. People get so mad at the train. Sorry if it's loud. It's probably really loud now that I'm up on the roof, huh? Oh, you guys want to see the spookiest part about doing this whole roof? This part sucked. So, when I was laying these damn shingles, I had to take the other roof off. But so I'm not gonna get much closer, but you can see these like, you can see these like power lines. They're like maybe 2 feet away from my roof. And then I almost took the tenant's like data cable down, so like at the edge of the roof, you can see how close that is. When I was taking the old roof off, it like got hooked on that for a minute. It was very stressful to get it unhooked and get it down. Oh, okay. Let's see. Rita Wolf says, "Caught you live for the first time. I hope you're having a good day." If this is your first live, I hope that it's not a letdown. This is not my normal strategy. I usually write poems and stuff on live. I appreciate you being here to check it out. I hope that you're having a good evening. I love the rumble when it goes by too, Bree. When I'm in the man camp down out of Denali, the train goes through a bunch. Is that a new Dr. Pepper flavor? It's new for me. It's new to me this summer. It's Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. And it is dangerous. It's very good. Somebody let me try one, and I went to the gas station after work like the next day and bought a 12-pack of them, and that's just kind of been like the MO. They're always in the fridge now. It's lemonades and those. They taste like an Almond Joy. Yeah, they're very good. I like them a lot anyway. Can you hear them buzzing? No, the high power ones are up above. I think these ones are just data. It's like the actual like high voltage is way up there, but the data and phone and internet and stuff for the neighborhood for all the different addresses is like right next to me. Let's see. Yeah, your band. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to. The high voltage ones are up way higher than me, but I didn't want to ruin like my neighbor's internet or my tenant's neighbor like internet. I didn't want to rip any wires down because I took the whole old roof off by myself, and it was rotten. And yeah, I'm competing, Speedy Boy. I know that you have the name Speedy Boy, but I like to give you a run for your money every once in a while. But yeah, Bree, I was worried about like knocking somebody's internet down or knocking somebody's phone down. Like, I didn't want to be responsible for that. It is 6 p.m., just after 6 for me, 6:03. Yeah, you're on it, Speedy Boy. Yep, the train just went by. You're back, Sequendo. The train went by. It's now, I think that was 4, yeah, it's like 4 streets down. I mean, you don't have to ask for shout outs. I don't know how to say your name, Ziud. I appreciate the sub, but if you just subbed so I'd shout out your name, you don't have to do that. I'm just a normal person. We can just talk. I mean, if you're here for the vanity, like, oh, the guy said my name, like, all right, I appreciate you. I can't find any other videos I'd like. That's good enough for me. Like, I tried to be polite to you, and I feel like we've, oh, you're good. You don't have to apologize, you. You have nothing to apologize for. I understand this is YouTube. I know there are a lot of people that only interact with you if you give them something. That's not what I'm here for. So there's a bunch of different crossings, Sequendo. It's this railroad track runs through town, and this is a suburban area, so every time there's a street that comes out of the neighborhood onto the main road, the train has to sound its horn within 15 seconds before they get to the asphalt. So they have to like keep honking because they're honking for the next crossing and the next crossing and the next crossing. Because any crossing that doesn't have gates, they have to sound their horn. Hey, Solis. Yeah, I'm doing a live tonight. There's no writing, there's no prompts, there's no poetry tonight. It's just me kind of talking at the camera and decompressing. I got off work late, so you have a good night, Games Ideas. Brody says, I actually like your kind of stuff. I really don't like any other YouTuber, but I actually like yours. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best to be just an authentic version of myself. My channel is focused on sobriety and poetry, so like my channel started to blow up when I became, like, I started making my sobriety check-ins, and it has just kind of embraced this ability to communicate and be open about it. I'm just trying my best to be my best. Let's see, Bree says, so I heard you say the railroad is how you make your money, so what do you do? I'm a signal maintainer, basically a low voltage electrician. It's my job to make sure that crossings operate the way they're supposed to, that trains don't hit cars, that lights are working, that the things that scan the train as they go by are working correctly. I'm trying to keep people safe. Yeah, so they're not actually hardened. Like, those spikes say hardened on them, but they're not actually hardened. Not to the spec that you need to be with blacksmithing. I actually have a spike knife in the house that I made a couple years ago, Solus, but they don't hold an edge worth of shit. They're like a decorative, like, cheese knife. I'm the real fan of God. I'm part of the joined the, I don't know what that... Yeah, okay. That's nonsense to me, Sequendo. I don't understand what that means. What is your dream job? I would love to be able to make a living doing what I love to do, which is write, and doing my best to make the world a better place. All right, dude. Sequendo, we've tried we've tried a whole bunch, buddy. Like, I'm saying your name a bunch, and I don't know if that's like the opposite of what I need to be doing in this situation. Like, I'm trying my best to be authentic with you. So, like, if you're just here to spout nonsense, like, just stop. Like, I don't care if you say meaningful interactions or like have a real conversation with somebody, but if you're just here to do the kind of nonsense that you're doing, like, I'm just gonna get rid of you, buddy. Keep writing, you will make it. Your writing is amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's my dream job. If I could ever make it to a point where my writing would pay me, then it would be easy. If I could do this full time, I would walk away from my job tomorrow. But like, I've got one book published. I'm working on my second book. I'm working on a bunch of other books. I've got a bunch of writing in the works, but it all takes time. Appreciate you, Speedy Boy. I'm sad. Uh-oh. Oh, what's got you sad? No, don't do it, says hi. Hope you're having a good night. One time I walked on the railroad tracks for like 6 hours because I was bored and picked up like 50 spikes. As long as they weren't in plates and they were just like loose on the ground, no one really cares. It sucks when people come through and like pull spikes, but if they're just loose, most of the time they're old. I'm not saying go grab them, but I mean, if somebody sees you, they will probably bitch about it, but yeah, like, they're plentiful. Spikes are out there. Don't do it, says I like your hat. Thanks, I like my hat too. It's actually my favorite hat. I've had it for many years. Oh God. It's been under a hard hat all day. It's a little after 10 p.m. here. I have to wake up at 5, so I'm sorry, but I have to leave. Have a great night. Hopefully I'll catch another live here soon. It's good to see you, Bree. I hope you get some sleep. I know 5 o'clock comes early. Yeah, if they're loose on the side, no one should give you that hard of a time. I mean, carrying 50 spikes definitely doesn't sound like the most fun, unless you have a bucket or something. Nah, you did a good job. I appreciate you, Solace. Thank you. The roof does have a poet. I'm not sure how I'm going to get down from here, but I guess we'll figure that out when we come to it. The ladder is like kind of cocked up to the shingles, so like I've got to wiggle myself around the flashing. I figured if I came to sit on the roof, I would make it rain, but it's just like doing the 2 or 3 drops thing and not actually raining. Last time I was on the roof, the wind blew the ladder down. While I was redoing this roof, my dog knocked the ladder down once and I had to jump off this little short side. Yeah, I saw your comment before. I don't know how to say your name properly. I'll just say Clark. I can read the Clark part. I will butcher the first part, I think. So it looks like a shaquista? That doesn't sound correct, but I saw your comment. I don't know what to do with that. Sounds good, Clark. Like, if you've got your own toothless, that's pretty cool, I suppose. And if you've got one, then why does it matter what anybody else says? If you know they're real and someone tells you they're not and you have one, it's not worth the argument most of the time. Oh, don't sit on that little bird. That's a transformer. There's a couple of robins that have a nest in this tree back here. They've used our porch and stuff to run away from other birds a couple of times. But it's out flying around. It's pretty cool. I don't know why they're flying around while the weather is so bad, though. I mean, it's not bad, but not optimal. Brody says, I've got to go to sleep. So have a good night. I'll catch another live soon. You have a good night, Brody. Thanks for chatting. It's good to meet you. Brittany Walnut says, what's your book? So there's a link on my channel page. It's called Rise. I knew what you meant. But no, Brittany, my book is called Rise, Echoes of Healing and Hope. Mostly just Rise is the title, but it's a little poetry chapbook that's geared towards people battling substance abuse and maybe having a loved one go through substance abuse. And it's a short collection of poems focused on my time in substance abuse, my time in therapy, and my time after, and just kind of learning to process things sober and be in a mind state that is rooted in like self-love, like learning that it's not over. It feels over, but it's not. Would you ever consider doing a prompt stream out there? The nature is a nice change of pace. That was the last prompt stream I did, Speedy Boy, I'm pretty sure. The last one I did, I was sitting on the deck over there outside. Was that the last one? Or did I do one in the camper after that, chat? That might have been the last one. Let's see. Do I know the song called Grave Digger? Yeah, I think so. But why you sound so sad? I don't know what you mean, Anissa. I don't think that I sound sad, but if you did miss it, it's on the channel as a VOD. I don't know how many views those usually get, but okay, yeah, I think I was outside for the last stream too, because I was home. But yeah, I'm actually working on a trailer video for the book, Brittany. I want to do a little like 2 or 3 minute presentation about it. Just kind of, it's been a labor of love for me, and I think that it can help people. I believe that poetry can help anyone battling with substance abuse in one way or another, and I think that seeing someone else's words when they were going through a similar place, and they might have different explanations or different ways to talk about the things that you're feeling, might resonate with the people that are having a hard time expressing themselves. Because a lot of the people I know that have been battling substance abuse, we do it to numb our minds. Like, we don't want to process, we don't want to think about our lives, we don't want to talk about stuff. Like, it's just easier to turn it off. And that was definitely my case for a long time. So I want to do like a little promotional about the book and like kind of talk about it and be able to direct people to it in that way. It's basically as cheap as I can do it without losing money on it. But like my royalties on it are less than, I think it's like, it might even be like 69 cents. Nice. But like per copy. So it's not anything that I'm ever going to get rich off of, but I'm not trying to. I'm hoping that it helps people that need it, and I hope that the book gets into the hands of people that need it. Clark says, I subbed and liked. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Mine is 35 miles, but it takes 2 hours. The last 5 miles is rough. Your commute? It takes you 2 hours to go 35 miles? Oh my gosh. I would go insane. I would go absolutely insane in that kind of an environment. Yeah, I would take highway miles over city miles every day of the week. So it was like, I hate driving in a crowded city. It's from a YouTuber called Livingston. April says Dr. Pepper. Yeah, this is somebody else was asking about it either. It's the new one, the coconut flavor. It's been the flavor of the summer. I appreciate you, Bree. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm glad that you liked it. Does the coconut taste cheap? So I actually am a fan of like fake coconut flavor. I really like Almond Joys, and I know those have real coconut in them, but those taste like the manufactured coconut to me. And I think that this tastes like Almond Joy in like liquid form. Solus, are you watching from the beginning? Are you watching like the recording? Are you here live right now? Papa Poetry is making moves. Yeah, I don't know if I fall under Papa Poetry now without like writing any poetry on stream. Like this is just hanging out, and talking, and kind of decompressing, and it feels good. I appreciate you all showing up and letting me do this. This has been very, very helpful for me and my mental today. We never... Yeah, maybe. They could be lag. Oh, yeah, that might be my connection, actually. Let's see, maybe this will catch up with stuff. Huh. Okay. So, you guys are gonna hang out right here until I get on the ladder, and then I'll get stable and grab you. There's this weird piece of plastic on the roof. Oh. There's also a sharp piece of flashing up here. Okay. Oh, this is a pain in the butt. There we go. It certainly seems like he was watching from the beginning, Speedy Boy. Because I was talking about the commute like pretty early on in the stream. Oh, I'll pick up my can. I was 5 minutes behind. Oh, okay, got you. Well, I'm glad you caught up. Let's see. Bree says, okay, now I'm really going to sleep. Hopefully I'll catch the next live. I'm really enjoyed the impromptu talk with you. I hope to see more of these along with the prompt poetry. I've enjoyed this a lot too. It's been nice to kind of just turn my brain off. Like, I've had a pretty exhausting few days. So this has been really nice. Good Time Fisherman says, what the fuck are you up to? Well, I was up on the roof, and I came down from the roof because I finished my drink. So, I'm not on the roof anymore, but I'm not really up to anything. I've just been hanging out and talking. But, yeah, so I'm not really doing much. I'm tripping out on how tall the trees are. That's why we all have to have chainsaws, Cody. Everybody needs a chainsaw. Let's see if this works. So this dude, my bad. I was very confused. Oh, no worries. I was confused too. I couldn't tell if it was my connection or if it was you watching like from the very beginning. But, so yeah, those are my cornhole boards. See if there's enough light for you guys to see those. I got those for my birthday last summer, but it's my new couple stabilizers. Are trees actually that short? Some trees are. I'm not actually sure. Oh. All right. Oh. Well, that's fun. Okay, I suppose that's one of the side effects of having 4 dogs. Come on, gang, we're going poop scooping. I didn't step in it, but it was close. It was close enough to worry me. You just get the jaws of lawn eating. There we go. Scoop pooping. It's like the boot scoot boogie, but with dog poop. God, that's so gross. And pit bulls don't take like little ones either. Look, Dad, it's my whole food bowl in a pile. So yeah, now you all know when I'm not writing poetry and I'm not working, I'm just in my backyard scooping dog poop. Because if you're not doing it all the time, you're very quickly outnumbered. Let's see, can I flip this camera around? Oh, I can, haha. Let's see. Got it. Got it. All right, I just wanted to see that little dandelion's heads. Yeah. Yeah. So now you've got something to visualize with that snap crackle. Those are crazy looking poops. Yeah, these dandelions have been taken off. And then you take a big scoop of the dandelion seeds and you put them in the dog poop pile. And it makes like a little like memorial of dandelions and poop. All right, I got all the ones in the danger zone. So that's good enough for me. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna grab another drink and then I'm gonna sit on the porch. But John's gonna write us bars. Yeah, maybe not tonight though, Solus. I could write a song about scoop and poop, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, I had to let the hooligans out to restock the yard. I just got rid of all their stuff, so now they've got to go put it back. It looks like a cow or a bison. Yeah, that's Aegis. That's my boy. That's here. Aegis. Aegis. Hey. You guys, you wanna go fishing? Aegis, you wanna go fishing? Yeah, he does want to go fishing. Here, we'll go fishing for pit bulls. Now that I've got on all the danger cleaned up, I'll show you guys the most efficient way to walk a pit bull when you live in town and have a pseudo fenced-in yard. Ooh. Hang on a second, Age. So I've got this fishing pole, and at the end of the fishing pole, I've got a dog toy tied to it. Drop, Age. Drop, Ages. Drop, Age. Let go. Turd. Yeah. So when you're tired after work and your dog doesn't know what that means, you can just go fishing. All right, drop. Drop, drop, drop. All right. But we can't let him keep it because he's a toy destroyer. Yeah, he is very fast, April. He does not know the meaning of the word medium speed. So everything is always full blast. And I have to keep the fishing pole on the side of the shed up on the wall. Otherwise, he takes it. If he thinks it's in the shed, he's actually the reason my shed doors don't close. I need to fix them because he broke one of the hinges trying to get into the shed because he knew that's where his fishing pole was. Go to the tracks and watch the train with us on. The next train will not be for another 4 hours, so no, that probably is not going to happen tonight. But I do kind of want to go for a walk. Cody, he'll be 8. He'll be 8 in September. He was born on September 11th, 2016. So, Ray Wolf says, gotta head to bed. See y'all later. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Thank you for being here. Aegis, come here. Come here. Ouch. Where did I... Okay, chat, where did I put my beverage? My dog is 3 right now. It's a good age. Hi, AG. Let's see. Well, I think we can try to go for a walk, I suppose. I'll have to keep my camera pointed kind of in the road, but... Hi. Hi, dummy. Before that, though, I'm going to put on a different shirt. Because when I'm out in public, I don't necessarily like to wear cutoffs because I'm weird. It's one of those rules my mom had when I was a kid that like sticks with me as an adult. The Fallout beanie is fire. Thank you, Jamie. It's my favorite hat. Come on, Darcy. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to grab the microphone attachment. I'll take you out of this little holster. There we go. Let's plug you in. Okay, this should be working. Maybe? Hopefully this microphone is working. Doesn't actually give me an indicator when it's on versus when it's not on. So hopefully. Let's see, this is terrible. Supergirl 83. Have you seen the Fallout show on Amazon? I have. I saw that the season 2 got greenlit too. Which I'm very excited for. I think they did a very good job with the show. I really liked what they did with it. Everything said and done. Uh-oh. They're seeing me. They're going to start crying. My dogs are looking out the window, and they're very sad. But, okay. I don't know how good of an idea this is, because I'm walking in my work boots. I still haven't changed out of my pants or my work boots, but my work boots are the most comfortable shoes that I own. So we'll walk down to the tracks. Soul Sill says, at the shelter we got all sorts, but I only have a cat because I have a small apartment. Oh. Yeah, I did only have one dog. And when my partner and I started cohabitating, now I have 4 dogs. So I live up north. Oh no, that probably isn't for me. Is there any gates? Not on the crossing closest to my house, Sequendo. No. The closest one with gates is 3 crossings down. I haven't played the games, I've always been interested. My son played some of them and loves the show. Yeah, they're very good. I am a big fan of the game series. But I've been a fan of the series for a long time. It was one of my formative games when I was a teenager. We had goats that committed vandalism. I believe that. I think all goats commit vandalism. I don't like goats. The only goats I've ever owned ended up in my freezer. They ate the windshield wipers off of my truck. And it was just an iconic. I look out the window and they're standing on the hood of my little pickup, look up at me with one of my windshield wipers just in his mouth and just chewing and looking. Yeah, they'll climb on anything. This is the first time I've done anything like this, chat. Walking down the street, talking to my phone. And I've always found myself being fairly dismissive when I'm in a car driving by and I see somebody doing what I'm doing right now. I've never actually been this person in that role. And reflecting on how I view that activity or have viewed it in the past is really telling about me as a person. This is harmless and constructive, and I'm doing something that I think is pretty cool right now, and realizing that at previous points in my life, I've been looking down on people doing what I'm doing right now is just like an indicator that I'm changing and growing as a person. Like, if you don't look back and cringe at shit you used to do, are you really growing? It is Donkey Kong. I don't know what he's doing with that banana, but it's in a barrel, not him. So no weirdness, right? I came late to gaming in my mid-20s, and I have ADHD, so I tend to deep dive and get really into games, and it takes me a while to try something new. I bet, Supergirl, that when you are playing a game and it has achievements, you are one of the people that has to get every achievement. That's how I am. As soon as I see the first achievement bubble pop up, I'm like, oh, damn it. Now I have to get the rest of them. SoulSill is correct. New Vegas is the best Fallout. I actually have an active playthrough of New Vegas on my Xbox right now. It's not here, it's in my camper back at the man camp. But, oh, man. Yeah, that's how I am too, Supergirl. Achievement, the dinging sound of an achievement is like dopamine. Instant. Whew. I'm really flexing the spare tire I'm carrying around though. I'm not even out of my neighborhood. And I'm already like, I feel myself being deep inhales. It's worse when I'm like on camera. At least when I did the mountain climbing video, I could go as slow as I needed because I was only filming little like snippets of it. New Vegas will be the next season show. Yeah, I'm excited. So there's actually some lore that there was a lot of the community that was kind of upset about one of the lore decisions they did for the first show. And I think that they had to make a decision because it's a TV show. So Fallout is a game that has different endings. You can have, it depends on the choices you made as to what the ending is. And for the show, they just locked you into one of the endings, which is totally fine. You have to do that. The TV show cannot have alternative endings. It's not the way TV shows work. Okay. Let's cross the road like I'm a teenager walking right through the middle of the intersection. Yeah, they wiggled the lore. That's a word for it. Yeah, Fortnite's not new, Cody. I mean, Abe Lincoln played Fortnite. They touched on that. So they touched on the Death Clause thing in one of the interviews. They want that to be like super iconic, which it is to the show, and they wanted to do the justice to it. But yeah, I wish. But I'm gonna stick you guys in my pocket. I'm gonna run into the gas station and grab a drink real quick. Hopefully it's not too dark in there. Let's see, flip you around. That's triangular. Yeah. That was perfect. There you go. Thank you. You too. There, you're back. Hey, Ann, good to see you. It's not the typical live that you're catching, that's for sure. Oh, man. That was a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. Hey, Richard, good to see you. How's everybody doing? I know this is not the typical poetry stream, but I got off work late and I did not feel like engaging my brain. So I went for a sit and I sat on the porch. And then I climbed up on the roof of my shed and I talked up there for a while. And I came down. Now I'm going for a walk and just kind of talking and engaging and hanging out. It's been very relaxing and very fun. I'm enjoying the walk and talk for sure. I also enjoy the sit and talk, but I could probably do better if I did more of the walk and talk. That's for sure. Beep boop. What is a typical live? So typically, I'm taking prompts from chat and I write poems about them in like 10 to 15 minutes, and then I do a read back and we see where I landed with the poem. I'm holding the phone closer, thinking that that's the microphone. I'm realizing the microphone is not hooked to my shirt. I'm sorry that it's so loud. Typically, I'm writing poetry for the whole stream. Oh, and people can't smell in dreams. How do you know? Is that scientifically proven? I took artistic creativity. I made an executive decision. I believe you. I'm just being a smart ass back. It's like smell is tied to one of the most like evoking senses you can have for memories. Please don't run over me, kind car. Okay. Like smell is one of the most powerful senses when it comes to evoking memories, is what I've always been told, and I've experienced that truth in my life. I don't know what that's about. Interesting. I am. I'm studied in psychology. I believe you. That makes sense. I'm studied in, well, not studied in, but I'm experienced in symptoms that require talking to people that are trained in psychology. No, I think he was beeping at the guy in front of him because the guy in front of him was texting and they had a green light, but that's pretty standard up here. If I keep doing streams like this, I'm going to lose this spare tire pretty quick. Look at these little... I'm like 400 miles away from the ocean, but we still get seagulls up here. Little kittywigs, little black-winged sharptails. I got a tried and true red Powerade fruit punch. And then I promptly choked on it when I got it because it was a lot colder than I expected it to be. Dang, so that sounds like a very lucid dream. That sounds like you had some sativa right before you went to sleep. Oh, man. So, I don't know how many of you live around areas with seagulls, but when it's like nesting season, when their eggs are hatching, they are some of the meanest birds. They'll dive bomb you. They like chase you, and they suck. And they're protected, so you're not allowed to like touch them. You just have to run away. It's like, look, you little 6-ounce pigeon. Makes me wish that it was an episode of Family Guy and I could just like roundhouse kick a seagull. You use nicotine patches before you go to sleep? Interesting. I always thought you weren't supposed to do that. I thought that was like one of the things they tell you not to do. But I could be wrong. I've never really used patches. I did nicotine gum for a while. And then the Zyn pouches, like once, twice. And then that was terrible. You're not. Okay, that's what I thought. No, I'm good. I'll be staying away from the evil birds. Hey! That was with the trucking. Good to see you. Hey, Ann. Good to see you. I hope the cats are good. I have that effect with like cough medicine. Like, I have some of the weirdest dreams on like NyQuil or sleep aid or like that stuff that you take when you're sick and trying to get some sleep. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a very intense sensation, Cody. Okay, so let's see. So I'm out of my neighborhood and walking down the sidewalk. But we're almost to the train tracks. I don't know if you can see them. I thought they would show up on camera, but I guess not. They're like way up there. We'll see them when I get up there. Not sure where I'm going to walk to yet, but I should have gotten my camera mount out and put it on my bike. That would have been way smarter than what I'm doing right now. Oh, somebody has just left a pair of shoes. Somebody was in a hurry. Change of socks, change of shoes. I'll leave those there. Maybe they'll come back for them. Hey, Jill, good to see you. Yeah, I like to go on bike rides a lot of the time when I'm home during the summer. We have a really nice bike path in my city. My everything has been busy as heck, and I've been kind of a miserable human the last like 4 days. I've been pretty exhausted. I got 30 hours of overtime last week, and I'm feeling it today. I just feel like a lot of blah, but making the best of it. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys the train tracks on the way by. There's those. And we're back. More beeping. We're just doing a big loop before I go back to my house. I'm glad you caught the live too, and it's good to see you. I almost didn't get to do it tonight, and I didn't think I was going to get home in time. I was working late again, and it was like, man, I'm going to turn on my camera even if I don't write anything. And that's what happened. So I didn't feel like writing poetry, so I was really leery about turning the stream on. I didn't want to turn the stream on and have everybody show up expecting poetry and I don't feel like writing. So just turn it on even on the days I don't feel like it. So just have to keep motivated and keep doing it. But there we go. My turn. Please don't run into me. Oh, I always feel really, really silly standing on the street corner talking to myself. But, bye, Ann. Thank you for hanging out while you could. Let's see. Boop. And bye, Sequendo. I hope you enjoyed your time here, friend. But I'm over it. I don't care how harmless your content is or how kind your words are. If I have to ask you to stop speaking nonsense a whole bunch of times, you obviously don't care about what I'm saying and don't have any respect for me as a person or this channel. So, goodbye. We have 5G towers in some parts of the state, not where I'm at. For all anyone knows, you're on a video call. That's true. I really overvalue other people's opinion, like especially in public settings. Like, I don't know. I grew up in an environment where I couldn't leave the house unless I was wearing long pants, hard bottom shoes, and sleeved shirts. Hey, DeGoat, good to see you. Welcome back, welcome back. So I don't know, I get really weird about being in public, and I need to get over that. Like, public speaking has never bothered me. I'm very okay talking in public, but I've just been around people that are rude about it, or like having a conversation like this without headphones, like in a public place. Like, I'll never do that. But like this, what I'm doing right now, ugh, yuck, is totally fine. How are my fur babies? They're good. They actually were showcased a little bit ago. We were sitting out in the backyard for a long time. It is 7 p.m. for me, DeGoat. This is as dark as it will get for the next, like, month. Where I'm at in Alaska, the sun doesn't set. It just goes round and round in circles. So it'll get like maybe a couple gradients darker than this, but this is it. I mean, this is as dark as it gets for months. All right, I've got to do the big jaywalk again, everybody. Don't tattle on me, okay? Okay. Oh gosh. All right, you guys watch that way. I'm gonna watch this way. Okay, thanks. Okay, cool. Nobody was coming. Oh, except these guys. Now you guys can watch over my shoulder for me. There's no sidewalk on my actual neighborhood side of this road, which kind of sucks. But Central Time Zone gang. Yeah, when I first turned stream on, there were a few people from Australia that popped in like very quickly. It was pretty cool. As far as I know, that's the biggest time zone difference that I've had on stream. And you're gonna be a rock star at it, Solus. I'm so pumped for you. I hope your mask is in and it's fitted and all working correctly. Oh, there's a cool dog across the road. Oh yeah, during the summer. I don't know how to say your name. I want to say like B-Jam, but it looks like there's an extra E. So like B-Jam. If I'm messing that up, please Please correct me. I don't want to be saying it wrong. If I am saying it wrong, it is not intentionally. Oh, here we go. We'll take the shortcut into the neighborhood. All right. Don't do what I'm doing. But don't walk down the tracks. If you're going to walk on railroad tracks, walk across them and that's it. And always do straight lines. Oh, there. Oh, that's going to be a cool trip to go. What do you mean the sun just goes round in circles? You got tall trees and a sun that does circles. So, Cody, when we hit solstice up here, as soon as solstice happens, the sun doesn't really fully set. It touches one horizon and then it lifts up at an angle and goes around, and then it comes back down on the other horizon briefly before touching up and going up at an angle. So it never actually sets. We have 23 hours and change of sunlight, and further north than me, we have a full 24. You can see the sun at all times of day. But I worked at Walmart for 10 years and had a lady that would come in like twice a month, walk around the store yelling on her phone for hours. Yeah, that's when people notice. That's when you're just being blatantly like disrespectful of other people's space. And that's the person that I don't want to be. But so far, walking outside in the neighborhood seems to be fine. We only get 2 hours of darkness here in the summer. Yeah, that's like, this is about as dark as it gets for a while, like month, probably about a month. But as far as like being hard to sleep, let's see, yeah, it definitely makes it more difficult. Hi everyone, sorry I didn't answer. Still got a few hours of driving to do, so I'll just be listening to the stream once I take. Once I'm done with driving in the end of the day and the weather is nice and cool. That's awesome, Richard. I hope that you're driving safe. I know you will be. That looks like a talk to text message if I've ever seen one, so I assume that you're being safe, and I respect it. You have my, I don't know the right word. I approve of you being safe while you're driving. And thank you for listening in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Solus, I will definitely plug the hell out of that performance. That's so cool. I do the same thing on my commute. Let's see. I bought this drink. I took one drink out of it. Maybe now it's warm enough or I'm not going to choke on it. The very first drink, it was like frozen almost. Much better. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun tonight. Thank you all for being here. I know it's not the typical stuff, so I appreciate you being flexible with me on that. Some days, especially with this channel, not like with the channel, but just like what I talk about a lot on here, people that are dealing with the stuff that I've kind of built my channel on, like some days you're just tired, and making it through the day is enough. Making it through the day is a victory in itself, and every once in a while, just rest. Just stop stressing. Do something that's relaxing. Change your perspective. Let's see. Does the temperature stay consistent because the sun is always there? During the summer months, yeah, we have really like pretty moderate weather. The city that I'm in is the hot and cold spot of the state. So during the summer, it can get like, it's not uncommon for us to see the mid 90s.
we've broken 100 a few days over the last few years, but during the summer, it's pretty much like between 75 and 85 most days, and that sucks. I hate it. It's just too hot for me. But during the winter, it's the coldest spot in the state most frequently. I don't think it has the record colds, but it has the most consistent colds because we're down in a valley. Yeah, our winter temps are like negative 30, negative 40. Last winter we had 35 days where it didn't get warmer than 30 below in Fahrenheit, and that was bleh. That, wait a minute. So is Das Druid? Why does that sound so familiar to me? No, it's definitely not true. Also, we are just we're like a normal place. We're a little bit more redneck than you'd expect in some spots, and we have our own version of Alaskan ingenuity people. But for the most part, we are just like normal people. The biggest thing that I've noticed about being around people in the lower 48 and being home is no one up here is half as much in a hurry as anyone I've met in the States. Absolutely, Supergirl. So in my sobriety check-ins, I'm specifically referring to alcohol. I've been drug-free since 2018. I used to be a recreational, not so much. I mean, that's not really the word for it. I used to be addicted to stimulants, coke, Adderall, over-the-counter stuff, most of it. But I started getting into coke, meth, the shit that you don't want to tangle with. And I quit that in 2016. I relapsed the night I got my DUI in 2018. And I've been drug-free since 2018. And I've been alcohol-free for 6 months. So you can absolutely ask me what I'm sober from. Yeah, Das Druid sounds super, super familiar to me, Solus Druid. I can't place it right now, but that is sticking out in my brain. And I don't think we've talked about your IG handle before, so I'll have to try to track down why that sounds familiar. Thank you, PSAP. I appreciate that. Well, so the whole thing about my channel, Solus, is like booze has been the hardest thing for me to walk away from. It's been the hardest thing to stay off of. And it's just kind of the way my life has gone. I got my job that I have in 2016. I changed locations, and it was a combination of those things that I had lack of access and I was busy and away from home, and it made it very easy to stay off the junk long enough to stay off of it. But alcohol was something I had constant access to because any grocery store, any gas station, you can just re-up. And I have had a really hard time. I've done day one more times than I can count since 2018. So it's hard. Like, alcohol has a lot of things going for it, including societal acceptability. People are not nearly as judgmental towards you if you drink as they are towards you if they know that you're a user or an addict of something that's not booze. Like, there's so many things working against people that are battling substance abuse when it comes to alcohol. PSAP says, I heard this from other people. I work at a rehab. Thank you for everything that you do, PSAP. You are somebody's hero, and you have my respect. I hope someday the book that I wrote will end up in rehab centers and serve as a talking point for people that have a hard time expressing their emotions. Yeah, that's true. I'm doing my best. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Oh, shut up, bird. Okay, if you recognize this really thick shiplap siding, it's because I'm home. BJ, it is Rise, Echoes of Healing and Hope. There's a link to it on the channel page if you want to check it out. It's as affordable as I can make it without giving it away and without losing money. So I tried to make it as easily accessible as I could. Thank you, Joe. John, you're strong as hell, man. I can't say that enough. I respect you very much. Thank you, Solus. That means a lot to me, actually. Like, I'm just trying to do my best to help. I'm trying to be the person that I needed to meet when I was in that spot. And I think that's a good way to view myself in my own mind. Thank you, Ange. The goat says, your shorts you post every morning, I love watching them. So nice in them like you always are, but I try and like and comment on everyone. I appreciate you. Come on, guys. PSAP, my book is on Amazon. It's self-published, but I did buy the ISBN and I have the rights to it myself. It's the link to it's on my channel page. That's the only outlet for it right now, and it's just in paperback. But yeah, we're back home. The dogs get to come outside. So I'm going to be home all week this week. So I have to work nights the end of the week. So stream will not be happening on Thursday for sure, because I'll be working. I'm going to come on shift at 2 in the afternoon and work until 4 a.m. on Friday. And then I'm going to get off. I'm going to crash in my camper, and I'm going to get up and go to work at 2 p.m. on Friday and work until Saturday at 4 a.m. Hey, Bubblegup. Good to see you. Good to see you. Temperance Sybil says you have the nicest eyebrows. That is not one I get usually. It's the eyelashes that usually get the comments from me. My eyebrows are kind of screwy right now. What is going on here? And I'm going to point it out, and then you're not going to be able to not see it. But there's a scar in the middle of this one. That's why I've got like this little speed bump in this eyebrow. Once you see it, you can't not see it. When I was 3 years old, I was running around and I biffed it in the living room, and I caught the corner of a coffee table like right here. It split my eyebrow wide open. And yeah. Jupiter, get out of there. That was interesting. The goat says, how long did it take for you to make the book? The book's not very big, and it took me a lot longer than it should have because I did not believe in myself. All of the poems were written over the course of, the timeline of when the poems were written is about 5 years, but when I actually put the poems, when I sat down, I'm like, I'm going to make a book out of this material. It only took me maybe 6 months to actually like get it together, format it. I did a lot of the editing. I did most of the editing myself. My partner did some like final proofread edits. No, Bubblegup, I haven't done any poetry this stream. This has been a little bit different. I'm just kind of unwinding. I've just been talking and hanging out. I went for a walk. We just got back from the walk. I went and like sat up on the roof of my shed and I was talking up there for a while. I've just been decompressing. Work has like kicked my actual butt this last week, and I did not have the brain capacity to write prompt poems tonight. So I didn't want to not stream, and I felt like if I didn't turn on stream for poems, that people would be upset. And I just turned on stream anyway. Said, oh, this is me. This is what I'm doing. So it's just been kind of a relaxed vent, decompress, chatting kind of night. What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I don't mind at all. I work for the railroad in my state, and I'm a signal maintainer or a low voltage electrician. That's unfortunate to hear, Dagoat. I'm sorry for that. That's got to be tough. Yeah. No, this community is awesome. Like everything about this community is absolutely so encouraging and so wholesome and so real, which is the best thing that I could hope for out of the community. And I think that the way that I've approached it and the way that I plan on maintaining it and approaching it in the future is to maintain the fact that we're all real people. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I don't want anybody else to be pretending to be somebody else. Emotions have fuses just like candles, man, and when they burn out, you have to change them. You have to give them a break. You can't just keep burning what's not there. What are you doing under there? Get away from there. Callisto, come here. Get out of that window. Sorry. The downstairs people have a cat and it sits in the window. Yeah. Oh, we've got the zoomies. Aegis. Got the big zoomies. I don't know how happy that is, Cody. Like, in all seriousness, the stuff that I picked up earlier didn't seem very happy. Absolutely. That's an awesome outlet to have, too. All right, guys, go back in the house. Go back inside. Go inside. Oh. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here, I'm going to confuse them. Come on, get out of here. Come on, let's go. Stay outside. Yeah, let me grab a couple of things from the house, and then we'll do another session of the dogs. Go outside. Come on, come on. Come on, Trippy. Come on, Trippy. That's awesome. I feel burnt out from my work. Too many puppies, dude. Yeah, it's a lot. It's gotta be a lot. Here, let me put you guys in the tripod. We can get some puppy action here. Hopefully that seeing my dogs is not contributing to the burnout, Soulsill. I hope not. If it is, I'm very sorry. Get you guys flipped around. There. Sola says, I want that shirt. Yeah, my best friend got me this shirt, and I'm still not really sure why. Like, Donkey Kong is not my favorite Nintendo character, I do play him a lot in Super Smash Bros, I suppose. Let's see. Seems like a good angle. Well, this guy, he's just a little guy. Hey, come here. Come here. Come on. See, he's not going to hurt nobody. He's just a big puppy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, let's see. I can't see chat at the moment, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit late. I'm going to grab his fishing pole. And this is the easiest way to make sure he gets his steps in. And your fingers are never at risk. Oh, okay. I'll give you guys a read. Yeah, he's just such a goober. He's just such a goob. Good boy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nah, forget us. Play with the pup. No, 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 no. I'm back. I'm back. All right, we're back. He's got a really short attention span, so if I don't play with him, he just starts destroying his other toys. But so far, he blows through like the indestructible toys, like the chewer toys and the things that are specifically for like super chewers. He absolutely mauls those things. But this like super old, just American football, he's had this thing for like a month, and all he's done is this little bit in the end. But it's like not even inflated all the way. He just carries it around the yard, babies it. It's kind of nuts. We had to get rid of one of his toys because it was like a big plastic ball. And no, that's the brand on it, Cody. It says American football on the ball. I wasn't making like a soccer joke. Like that's the brand of that football. It says American football. Hey, Owen. My day is better now. It started off pretty exhausted, and I've been pretty tired, but the last hour and a half have been very enjoyable, and I've been able to do a lot of decompressments. You guys hear that pig? Look at this. Look at this animal right here. Look at this boy. Look at this dog. Yeah. Bubblegup, you wanna Let me see if I can find some. Do you want to know the last Kong toy that he got? There's actually the last two of them. They're over there. That's what's left of them. Little fragments. Yeah. He gets them. He gets them a little crack in the end, and then just peels them apart like a banana. There's one of them that he has not been able to chew up, and that's like the Kong tire. He's been pretty good with that one. Is the other dog yours too? So yeah, I would say these are all kind of mine. That's Jupiter. Hi, Bubba Guy. Hi, Jupiter. Hi, Big Bubba Dude. So Jupiter and Aegis are the same age. And then there's the old man, Trip. Trip. Hi, Trip. Hi, Trip. Hi, Trippy. Oh, Trippy boy. And then somewhere around here is Jupiter's daughter, Callisto. Callisto. There she is. She was under the porch. Callisto. Callisto, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, pretty girl. Hi, pretty lady. And she's the only lady. I've got 3 grumpy middle-aged dudes and one baby. It is a bunch of dogs, yeah. Your dogs listen well. They do. It is one of my requirements for having a dog. If I own a dog, I want it to listen well. So I do my best to communicate them or communicate that to them when they're young and maintain it. Any results back from the vet? Yeah, nothing super scary. Still waiting on some tests results. Still waiting on not blood, urine? No. I don't remember which tests we're still waiting on, but none of the lumps and bumps were anything that the vet seems super worried about. They think that they're just little, I don't remember the word, like lymphomas? They're lumps, but they're not cancer. They don't think. They're still waiting on a couple of tests, but he's got one that was in his mouth that seems to be bugging him, but it might have just been me, the way that I pet him. Because I am the most familiar with Aegis out of all of them. So you saw how I picked Aegis up. I'm pretty rough and tumble with Aegis, and Trip is 12. He's a lot older and he's a lot smaller of a dog. So when I pet him in the same way that I pet Aegis most of the time. And I think I might have just gotten one of the bumps a little too hard and he yelped. So that's what led to the whole vet visit. Is like I grabbed under his chin to give him stretches, and I got one of the bumps in like his lower jaw, and he yelped about it. And I was like, oh no. And then we did a little investigating and he yelped again, but I think he was probably just scared. Because when we were at the vet's office, he had no issues. The vet like had to get us to confirm that he even had a lump in his neck or under his jaw. And then after that happened, she's like, oh, I think that you were just feeling his salivatory gland, which is a bump that's supposed to be there, and he's got it on both sides. So the whole vet visit was probably unnecessary in retrospect, but it's a good thing that it happened because he hadn't had his checkup yet this year. So, and the tests still needed to be done for the year for his checkup, but he's doing his best to just be a distinguished little gentleman. Hello, Trip. Hello, Blam Blam. Blam Blam. Kisses. Oh, good boy. He wants to go inside. My orange tabby is having kidney failure. He's the sweetest cat ever. It sucks. That does suck. Is that the Red Baron? I remember seeing that before. So I'm sorry to hear that. That's gotta be really tough. Like, it sucks when it's like, there's not a lot that, like, with my pets, there's not a lot that I can do when they're injured like that. Like, if it's something that is age related or is like, it just happens, it's like really tough. Hmm. Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that, Solus. Oh, I went and got the stuff out of the house. I wanted to show chat. You can have a little spoiler for my next. I don't know if it's going to be the very next or if it's just one of the next upcoming videos, but uh, I know that you've seen, if you've seen or paid attention to the way that I do the names of people that comment on my channel. There's a person that comments all the time, Beryl White, and in my video that I made of me making the coffee cup in the lightning, Beryl kind of nonchalantly challenged me to make coffee without electricity. It's like, oh, that's impressive. Now do it without electricity. And I responded, challenge accepted. So I went and we were in Value Village and I found a metal French press that like you can use over the open fire. And I'm gonna make coffee one of these mornings when I do my good morning stuff with like this over an open flame. I'm gonna like build a little fire pit out in the yard and make coffee with no electricity at all. I'm trying to find out how I want to grind the beans for the video right now. That's what's been kind of like holding me up because I want to get a mortar and pestle and make it like that way. That's a weird thing to say, just Jordan, but no, I don't think so. So I wanted to get a mortar and pestle and I can't find one that is like, I don't want to buy one just for the video and I don't already own one. Yeah, it's not too hard to boil water, but I wanna like play into the challenge a little bit. So I'm gonna like, I've got a, I don't have one already, but I've got like this pile of wood over here, and I've got this yard over here, and I'm gonna like dig a little hole, and I'm gonna build a little fire, and I'm gonna like boil my coffee pot over the fire that I dug a hole in my yard. That's my plan anyway. I don't know how it'll actually turn out. I still need to like put a script to it and storyboard it out and try to put some actual effort into the video. I need to be better about that. I'm very guilty of just turning the camera on and having zero plan for what I want to do, other than this is a cool idea I had that I have done absolutely no planning for. And I'm still trying to find the vein of my long form content. Get a flat stone and a round stone and grind the beans on that. Ooh, I could actually make that part of the video. I could like film me gathering the rocks and then doing it that way. That could be fun. But my wife is a barista. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Owen. I think it's a great thing too that poetry is useful to help with those with sobriety and mental health, and it's been a vehicle for me to great effect, and it's one that I think can help anybody who's battling with those like tough situations, tough emotions. Like I think poetry is something that is helpful if people allow it to be, and that's kind of what I've built my whole foundation of my channel on, and my viewpoint is very much reflected by that. Like, sorry, I bounce around a bunch, Bubblegup. I'm not sure what DeGoat and Jordan are talking about, but most of the time, those like silly kind of things just get timed out. So I saw your comment today about the sock on your hand, Cody, and I, for the life of me, like you said, if you know, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, I know, but I don't know. Like I can't remember what the context was for that. And I feel so lost. Have a good night, Ange. Thank you for being here while you could. Have a good night, to go. Yeah. This has been. Did not know I could not say that. Wait, what happened? I don't think you said anything wrong to Goat. Yeah, no, I think you're fine. I was mostly talking to Jordan. When did you start this channel? So I started my YouTube channel. I made the channel in 2011. I didn't post a single video to it in a long time. I posted my first poetry video to it. It would have been December of 2022. Oh, right. Okay. I'm with you, Cody. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was the day that I was throwing the thing. Yeah. I'm with you now. So no, back to Owen's question. I posted 2 poetry videos in 2022, and I posted the first one as kind of a milestone that I hit on my Facebook page for BYG Poetry. I got to like 100 followers or something, and I made a video about it, like thanking everybody, and I directed them to my YouTube channel to kind of watch it. And I read a poem on there, and kind of like it's very rough. The microphone's very bad, like the audio is shit, and the video sucks. I posted one more poetry video. It got a few hundred. I mean, I think it got 200 views. It might be my most viewed video still, but most of that was just Facebook people coming over, and just I didn't post another video to the YouTube channel for a long time, especially a poetry video. And then December of last year, 2023, I started my day 1 of being sober from alcohol. The first week was some of the roughest for me, and I was on day 8. So I had been sober for a week, and I had almost relapsed the night before. I had access to it. I still had alcohol in my camper. Like I hadn't really committed to it for me, and I was doing it 100% in the dark. I hadn't talked to anybody about it, and just kind of like letting myself beat myself up about it. And I didn't want to relapse. And I posted my first sobriety check-in on YouTube because it was a video platform and not my Facebook page. I understand I could have done it on Facebook too, but YouTube was something that I had the channel, I had the platform. I wasn't using it. I had 6 subscribers at the time, or 13 subscribers at the time. I said this doesn't matter to me as far as that goes. I'm going to do this for me, and I posted it there so I would have somebody to help at least mentally hold myself accountable. Like it wasn't just me doing it alone anymore. And since that day in December of last year, I've posted a short or 2 every day and a video as I can. So I've had the channel like 13 years. I've been posting on it maybe 6 months, like actually posting on it. The first couple poetry videos are um, they count, but they're not really the. I wouldn't say that's when I started the channel really, because I wasn't taking it with the dedication that I'm taking it with now, or pursuing it with the dedication that I'm pursuing it with now. My my pit crew is traveling in the touring bus with me right now. One of them is snoring really freaking loud. The fact that you knew what was right for you and were able to control yourself while being able to easily access alcohol is a true testament to your self-control. I appreciate that, Bubblegup. Yeah, of course, Owen. I'll answer just about any question you've got. I enjoy the transparency, and I enjoy talking about what a lot of people in the sobriety space and a lot of people in the recovery space don't want to talk about, like, or they some of them do, but I've seen a large majority of the time there's this very vague, like, just do this, like, kind of blanket statement. And I'm all about talking about what works for you, what works for me. What worked for me might not work for you, and I'm all about talking about it. I think having a conversation is one of the best things we can do. Hey Trey, good to see you. I hope you're having a good evening. All right, dogs, you guys want to go inside? I've tried my best to do so. Solus, thank you. Go in the house. I've tried, that's for sure. It's one of the things that I wanted to maintain, not necessarily just as the thing that sets me apart from the rest of the platform, but if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to be on YouTube, I'm not going to be putting on an act, because that's not what I want. It's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be anybody else. I'm here to bring light onto this. Like, had to skip work today. Wife is sick. Got to spend the whole day with the baby. It doesn't sound like a bad day. I hope that your wife feels better. I appreciate you, Supergirl. Yeah, my sobriety shorts are definitely the thing that have blown my channel wide open. Like, a lot of the people that have subbed to me, to my channel, are just doing it from the like whatever sobriety short they found me on, and then they don't engage with me after that. There's like 30 to 40 like consistent names that show up that I'm engaging with and like responding to and having conversations with, and that's awesome. Like that's so cool to me. But I don't really care about my vanity metrics. Like, my sub count does not bother me. I don't babysit my analytics. I'm not looking at how I can get the most growth the fastest, because I don't care about that shit. The people that need my content will find it, and the people that will benefit from my perspective and my experiences will find it. When they do, it will be here. Like, yeah, like, I would love to be able to focus entirely on the poetry side of my content, but in reality, the whole point of my poetry was to help me through one of the low spots in my life, and I think that that content and that pursuit is something that can help other people. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make the sobriety shorts after I get to a year. Like, in all honesty, I'm probably going to do day 365 and then have kind of an announcement video on the channel, and I'm probably still going to post a short every day and still continue with it because I enjoy it. It's become something that I've added to the routine that I do in the morning, and I very much enjoy it. But I don't necessarily think that it will stay in the same format, if that makes sense. Is being sober easy for you? I mean, some days are easier than others, Owen. I still have urges and I still have cravings and I still have moments where I think about just how good a drink would taste. Like, people say that it gets easier, and it has. Like, I'm not waking up sweating. I'm not sitting at the edge of the bed like nervous anymore. Like, I'm like, there are parts of it that get easier for sure, but it's not like, I wouldn't baseline it as being easy. Like, for me specifically, it's still something that I have negative thoughts about, and it's still something that I find myself focusing on sometimes. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Made me feel like when I listened to Jelly Roll, to be honest. Yeah, I used to really. I discovered Jelly Roll's music because I listened to a lot of Mercules, and Jelly Roll was one of those artists that I really liked him on featured stuff, and I didn't really care for his writing. And that's changed a lot over the last like year and a half, 2 years. Uh, yeah, Bubblegup. I have. So my partner's parents got me a mocktail kit to make um, mocktails. I used to have a very well stocked alcohol cupboard, and I was the one who was always mixing a drink. Like I still had that urge. It was one of the things that I found relaxing. So one of the things that I did when I was getting rid of the liquor in my house is I kept a couple of my whiskey bottles and a gin bottle, and I made this. Actually, I'm home. I can show you guys this nasty, nasty shit that I made. It's terrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Yeah. I thought it was Tazo, but it's not. It's this nasty shit. So, in or out, pick one. In or out. Come on. Come on. All right. So, it's this stuff, this sweet and spicy tea. I would make these as a triple batch, and I filled up one of my old whiskey bottles with that tea. And when I wanted to make like a whiskey and Coke, I would use that. So I'd still get the sensation and still have like the soda flavor. But this stuff sucks. I mean, not sponsored, not shitting on Good Earth. Good Earth is a nice brand. This tea specifically is not my jam. I do not like it. So I would hang on a second. Knock it off! What the fuck are you doing? Come here. What the fuck are you doing? You knock that shit off. You too, Jupiter. Knock that shit off. Sorry, playful turned not playful. Dicks. You guys are fine. You guys are fine. Calm down. Let's see. I'm scrolling up to see what I missed. Yeah, I would make my whiskey and Cokes with that tea mixture, and that was my way to wean myself off of it. I still enjoyed making them. I still got to have like the soda taste, but it just was like not what I wanted, and I kind of like, just convinced my brain that it wasn't good anymore. Trey says I used to make Jelly Roll exclusively. I'm glad to see him make it better, but I don't really care for the last year or so of music. Yeah, he's kind of blown up in the country scene. Um, I was in North Dakota when he sold out the fair down there, and it was like the whole town was talking about it where I was at. It was pretty neat. Hey, get your coughing butt out of here. Papa Poetry dropped the hammer. I tried to keep it PG, actually. I usually get a lot, I can get a lot deeper. Hey, Mally, good to see you, good to see you. Scared me for a sec, not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Bubblegup. That was not my intention. I'm old. This is really my first live I've chatted on. I'm getting AOL chat room flashbacks. Boy, those were, yeah, there were a lot of trolling going on in AOL chat rooms, Supergirl. Hit them with the ASL and then troll them. The trees in the background are so majestic. It is a Fallout hat. Yeah, that's Vault Tech boy. Vault Boy. It is my favorite hat. Has been for a long time. Hi, Edge. Yeah. Are you gonna behave? Why are you and Jupiter being turds to each other? See tall trees. Yeah. I mean, probably the biggest one in the neighborhood is actually, you can't, I mean, it doesn't look very tall in the stream, but that spruce tree back there is quite a bit larger than anything else around it. Like diameter wise, I mean. They look straight out of a Bob Ross painting. So, Mally, Bob Ross used to paint his paintings about 15 minutes from where I'm sitting. He used to paint his paintings. If I was to leave my neighborhood and take a left and drive for about 15 minutes, that's where Bob Ross's studio was. Like there's a whole little like memorial, not memorial, but like honorary place out there for him. Like, so that's probably why it could have been the same style of trees. I was going to ask how old you were, so out with it. I am 30. I'll be 31 in July. Male in Alaska. AK. I would use AK and then see if you knew where I was. And if you thought I was in Arkansas, I would immediately leave the chat. Oh. But I think, chat, that this is where I'm going to wrap up tonight, though. I have enjoyed this laid-back kind of conversation. I hope that you all have a good rest of your evening. I'm going to get some food and get to bed because I've got to get up pretty early. I'll see you all on tomorrow's Good Morning. And we'll see here, before I leave, what should the interesting edit be for tomorrow? What should I try to do? I'm not very good at it. I'm getting better, and I'm learning and practicing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Man, I don't think I've posted that in one of my poem videos, like as a written thing. I don't think I've ever said it. Hadouken! Well, I appreciate you, everybody. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.